Hey, so Edward Deming, I'm a big fan. It's on my shirt, right? So when he was 80 years old, he took like 60 years of knowledge and created this book called Out of Crisis. And it really was a pledge to figure out how to help America in like 1980. So let me tell you about Deming. So he started out as a physicist. He moved into something called statistical process control. He studied under a guy named, this is going to go really fast, Walter Shewett. He dedicated his life to understanding variation. The key point to remember, though, he was a physicist, and I think that will shape some of the way he thinks. His first significant contribution was he worked for the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics. He was the first one to introduce sampling to the Census Bureau, right? And it's still used today. The other thing I'll jump in is the head fake here is Deming is to Devops. So if you want to follow this. The second contribution during World War II, he was actually asked to train the industrial with his management techniques, and some people actually credit him for winning the war with his quality techniques that were used to help win the war. Third, he basically invented lean. So he basically is the Shakespeare of lean, which if you follow lean is Devops. Douglas MacArthur sent him over to Japan to basically use his management techniques, which basically became Toyota Production System. Fourth, he invented TQM Six Sigma. Don't blame him for that, but he did actually revolutionize the quality of the industrial, automobile manufacturing in the 80s. Basically based on his theory. So he's going to be a 4-time winner. So I'm going to go through his 14 points in Out of Crisis. One, create a consistency of purpose. So Deming called this to AIM. There was a reference earlier to Simonson XY. GORAD, if you've read Gene Kim's Phoenix Project, the goal, right? It's basically this laser focus on what you do and how you solve the problem. His second point, adopt a new philosophy. This is so DevOps. Lead, not manage. Replace top-down management. Replace command and control. Corporate leadership models. Again, this is very DevOps-y. And from what we, from where we are today. And 3, cease dependency on inspection of quality. Don't wait till it's done to test it. Build quality in. Again, this is 60-year-old things that he was talking about. Make sure the door fits before it's built. These are core lean DevOps principles that he was talking about years ago. 4, end the practice of awarding business on the basis of a price tag. We talk about top-line ROI. It's not how much time it costs to make it, it's how much money you make once it's built. Think mission, not budget. 5, improve the system, product, and services. Gene Kim's Phoenix Project, the second way. We talk about feedback loops, PDCA, the Andarn Cord, devs wearing pages, tests, BDDs. These are all things that you will read if you read this book when you read point number 5. Point number 6, institute training on the job. Create a team and systems thinking. Become a learning organization. If you've read Peter Senge's 5th Discipline, basically, Deming did a review of the first edition. Senge wrote the second edition based on Deming's suggestions. Help people and machines together. This, to me, is the most important point of Deming. He understood complex adaptive systems 60 years ago. Basically, that humans and machines have to work together. He basically, remember, he was a physicist, right? And he basically started out thinking non-deterministic thinking. So he's very much a father of non-determinism. Drive out fear. Failure is the new black. Today we celebrate things like Chaos Monkey, Anti-Fragile, Blameless Mortems, right? All those things, right? Again, here, point number 8, basically he was describing the book. Break down barriers between departments. High trust, cross-functional collaboration. If you've seen the Puppet Lab survey on DevOps, right? This is all the stuff. Then again, read this book, look at point 9. If you're lazy, go to Wikipedia and look at the Deming 14 points. Stop management slogans. Deming hated slogans, right? Things like 0 defects, never fail. This can never, ever fail. Quotas were a form of local optimization. If you read the goal, you will learn about global optimization versus local optimization, why local optimization sucks. Supervisors must change from sheer numbers to quality. Workers must feel pride, intent. We heard today in a bunch of the sessions about demand-driven versus intent-driven, right? Again, Deming was talking about intent-driven management in 1950. Deming hated MBOs. The idea of, basically, he was a physicist who believed in non-deterministic thinking. So he didn't think that you should give people a list of MBOs. Basically, management should be not driven by determinism. It should be driven by intent, leadership. 13, basically create a program for education and self-improvement. Again, we talk about things like Kaizen, Kata, moving, all came from Toyota Production Systems and Lean. Deming was the Shakespeare of Lean and Toyota Production Systems. And then finally, 14, which is transformation is everyone's job. I'll go back to Deming has this aim concept. Goldratt has the goal. Simon Sinek has the why. Transformation must be global. Global optima eats local optima for breakfast every time. Read Theory of Constraints. Read Goldratt.